Nintendo Switch 2 edition. You already know I am Devon, and everyone knows I'm also known as Shadow 109 or Player 1, and everyone also knows as I'm the Shining Hunter on Paldea, Scarlet Valley, Legends the A of the Kalos region, Sword and Shield of this region, which is Galar region, and also the Legend of the Pokemon Legend RCS as well, and also the Shining Hunter of Pokemon Let's Go, known as Pikachu and Eevee. And here is my homie, Element Jones 5042. Element Jones, say hello to the audience, please. Okay, and today we're gonna play another episode on Pokemon Sword and Shield on Switch 2 Edition. Right now, my goal is to hit 250 subscribers to 300. I know it's a hard side to make those goals, but I'm trying to make those goals happen. So if you like the video, please check out my subscribe down below at Mario Masters 150 for more content. Make sure to leave a like down below. Make sure to leave a great comment as well. I do appreciate that. And also make sure to hit down the bell as well. I also appreciate that too. And also stay tuned for the upcoming games coming up for the Switch 2, which is Splatoon Raiders coming up for the Switch 2 on July 23rd, 2026. And also, the Nintendo Switch Sports Resort is launching onto your Switch 2 on October 22nd, 2026. And also, the Pokemon Trading Card Picture Blackout is launching out today at your local GameStop and local game stores as well. So you want to get your hands on those cards, you must come in person at your local game store or Walmart or Target. And now introduction out of the way, so let's get started. Okay, in our previous episode, we caught a Pokemon called the Harvest Moon Crown, which is Calyrex. The one we have to help save the world and save the region. And we got the Ice Horse to go with it, named Glacier. And also, we caught a few of the legendary Pokemon in the Dynamax Cave. Our first Dynamax Pokemon we caught is called Suicune, which is my favorite legendary leopard that's from the Johto region. And also, audience, in order to get your hands on this Pokemon right here, you must challenge it in the Dynamax Cave for the first time, and you'll run into it. But first, you must pass 3 Pokemons of your choosing, and once you reach the 4th and final one, that's where you'll find Suicune first. But remember, Suicune is a water type, so grass and electric types will do double damage. Just be careful you don't use any other typings like rock, water, or ground. Use any of those typings against Suicune, that's when your Pokemon is going to start failing. If your Pokemon fail 4 times, you lose that Pokemon. But you also get to keep any Pokemon that you collected during your adventure. So they're not going to let you leave empty-handed. And also, we caught this Pokemon right here, Yveltal. In order to get your hands on this Pokemon, you must do the same thing as well. Challenge it in the 4th round. Hello, Sherry Cole, Q6Z. Welcome to the live stream on Pokemon Sword and Shield on the Switch 2 edition. And also, we found another Pokemon that's from this region as well. This Pokemon right here is called Zygarde. This Pokemon came from my favorite region, which is Kalos region, and is one who helps defend Kalos region as well. And also in Legends of A, you get to team up with this Pokemon, but first you must gain his trust in Legends of A game. But in order to do that, that means you gotta battle it 3 times. In the 10th form, which is the dog, the snake form, which is the 50th form we got right now, and the golem form, which is the complete edition. It's the complete form. Challenge it 3 times, take him down, and he will submit to your power in Legends ZA. But be careful, because his text is very flawless. So remember, this Pokemon Zygarde can be weak against Psychic, no, not Psychic, Ice, or Fairy types. Ice and Fairy types, then the Dragon type moves can't hit it. So watch yourself rebound this Pokemon, because this Pokemon is very devious in the Kalos region, and in this region too. And also we see some very good footprints. We see Professor Sonia observing it. So we need to figure out who made these footprints and how do we find them. And also, now that we've saved Friesenton, which is the whole town from Calyrax's Wrath, which is the Ice Horse and Ghost Horse. So, so now we're free, and also we get a free Pokemon as well. And also, audience, we're gonna get a free Pokemon after we save this Pokemon, after we save Calyrex and his Ice Horse and Ghost Horse too. The Pokemon we want to get for free is this little guy right here. Costs. Oh, that's Foofy. I found it shivering outside the village, and it just had to bring it home. Hello, Bella Stellar. Welcome to the live stream on Pokemon Legends, on Pokemon Sword and Shield on the Nintendo Switch 2 edition. And right now we're in. Hello, Small Soda number 5, and welcome to the live stream on Pokemon Sword and Shield on Switch 2 edition, Part 3, which is the Crown Tundra, which is the most trickiest part of all. You know, I think it was just about when I found Foofy that other strange Pokemon began appearing in the Crown Tundra. Another strange Pokemon? What do you mean? I never seen a Pokemon like Foofy before. Maybe it'd be best to have proper dependable trainer take care of it. Actually, I specified had you in mind, since you helped defend the village and all. Do you think you can take care of Foofy for me? Gladly. Oh really? Thank you, dearie. That takes a weight off my shoulders. Aren't you happy too, Foofy? Ma. And there you have it. We got a special Pokemon called Cosmog. This Pokemon Cosmog came from the Alola region. And also, this Pokemon is the baby evolution of two certain legendary Pokemons. That's from the Alola region too, which is also known as Generation 7. And also, audience, in order to get your hands on this Pokemon Foofy or Cosmog, you must help save the Freezeton in the Crown Tundra by helping Calyrex regain their horses. Once you do that, then Calyrex will join you as an ally in the Crown Shrine, which is all the way up there. And also, audience, this Pokemon Foofy, Cosmog, it's a certain legendary Pokemon that can evolve into either Sagaleo or Lunala. Sagaleo, known as the Sun Pokemon, or Lunala, which is the Moon. Remember, audience, if you're doing a Sword version, Sagaleo can be found in this game. If you're doing a Shield version, then you can evolve into Lunala. But it's gotta be on a certain level for Cosmog to evolve. For instance, number one, you got to level up to level 36 to 37, and that's where it starts evolving. We evolve. After that, you gotta evolve into level 60 to 70, and that's where it evolves into either Sagaleo or Lunala. It depends on which version you're playing on. Like remember, if you're playing on a Sword, it evolves into Sagaleo. If you evolve it in the Shield version, it's gonna evolve into Lunala. A Pokemon to help us boost up, which is a Conqueror. And also, audience, in order to evolve Gorilla into Conqueror, you must link trade with your friends in order to make that happen. And that's a one-hit knockout. And Conqueror has been defeated. Remember, audience, be careful with those stone pillars that Conqueror is carrying. And look at that, Cosmo grew up to level 20 from level 5. That's a big jump. And also, audience, a certain trainer in the anime series owns a Cosmoc too. She goes by a little girl named Lily. Remember, Lily is that little girl who owns the Cosmic in the anime show. Hello, Ernesto Martin X6R. Welcome to the live stream of Pokemon Sword and Shield on Switch 2 Edition, Part 3. Okay, and also, audience, and now we start to solve our first mystery. Now, first thing we gotta do now is put back to Mr. Puny himself and claim that check mark. The check mark means you completed that task. But there are also 2 more tasks you must be on the lookout for. Number 2 is the stone giants. Now the stone giants is when you have to solve their riddles. In order to solve their riddles, you must think carefully. Just don't overthink it, because if you overthink it, then that's where you're gonna start failing. And also, audience, you can't play this game is called Pokemon Sword and Shield. Wait, you really caught Calyrex from Legends? That's right. That's the Ultra Mega Brilliant. Put away. That massive, that Naga is massive. Puny. Can you not worry about his brain? Okay, Yep. Remember, audience, Calyrex is the one who protects the region 2 of Part 3. He's the king. In order to solve Calyrex's mystery, you see 3 clues that we already solved. Clue number 1. So remember, to solve Calyrex, first you must do is pick up the crown that's laying on a table and put it right on top of the statue, and that's when Calyrex appears and start talking like a human now, when he takes control of Puny's body. And you must help Calyrex regain two of his horses. One's the ice horse, which can be taken down by using fire types, fighting types, and rock types. But watch it if you're using rock types. Now, if it's the ghost horse, ghost types and dark types would come in handy against the ghost horse. Okay, now on to the next clue, which is the legendary giants. The legendary giants is known as the Regis. The Regis came from the Nova region, which is black and white. Also can be found on Fire Red and Leaf Green. Fire Red and Leaf Green. That's where you'll find the legendary giants. But it also, audience, and also be careful, because there's a certain giant who topples them all. They call it Regigigas. In order to get your hands on that Pokemon, you must have all 5 Regis on your team. Do so, and Regigigas will come to you. There it is. Oi, oi, it's me, Puny. How things, Chief? What's that? You found someplace ruinly looking? That's gotta be one of those places. You know where the legendary giants are exposed. Okay? Did you see a door with a mysterious writing on it? I hear though no one's been able to get it open. And also, audience, the Reggies can be found in Legends Arceus too, and Paldea, which is Scarlet and Violet. Yup, that's the one. The terrible Titan lurking locked away. Yep, that's also known as clue number 2. So be careful, because the legendary giants, they ain't willing to surrender without a fight. So remember, audience, when you find legendary Pokemon, you must prove you're worthy by battling them. Once you battle the legendary giants, be careful you don't weaken them too much, because they're gonna start fainting. If they start fainting, then that's when that's when that Pokemon's gonna go away. But don't worry, you get second chances too. So don't worry, you'll get as many chances as you can. And also, audience, it's always good to save your progress too when you battle legendaries. Because in the Let's Go, once you fail by the legendary Pokemon, then that Pokemon's going to be gone. Mm-hmm. So it's always good to save your progress before you challenge any legendaries. For instance, like we did with the Calyrex. And now he's an ally. So he won't do anything to harm us anymore. We found Electrolyzer. Okay, now the Electrolyzer is a special item that Electabuzz needs to hold in order for it to evolve. Yep, Electabuzz came from the Kanto region. In order to find Electabuzz in Pokemon's Let's Go game, you must travel to the main power plant. That's where you'll find legendary Pokemon from the Kanto region. Number 2, Zapdos. That or Magmite too. Remember, audience, when you play Sword and Shield, you can let your Pokemon out of its ball. Only the one that's already on you. The only one of them that's on your ally, that's on the top of your team, that's the leader of your team, can be let out. You can also deepen your bonds too. In order to deepen your bonds with a Pokemon, you must prove it by playing with them and having special campouts. You'll be doing campouts. And when you're doing campouts, you can also make some special query with your friends too. That's online too. And that would deepen your bonds with your friends and your Pokemons. And also, if you think you're running low on pocket money, don't hesitate just to sell stuff. Yep. Because when you're selling stuff, they'll give it some, they'll give you loads of pocket money. Depends on which item you're trying to give away. For instance, like Star Shards are worth $6,000. The more so if you have 34 of them, we'll get 200. You get $204,340. And since we got over $1 million, you could buy just about anything. Okay, so now we have the Reggies. Emma Jones, I see you showing your screen. Yes, audience. See, Swavians and myself are special trainers for special shiny Pokemons. For instance, me and Legend ZA, which is Kalos Region, or Paldea, which is Scarlet and Violet. Remember, audience, in order to get your hands on these shiny Pokemon, the ones we got here, you must prove you're worthy by to link trade with your friends and hope you get lucky. Relink trading with your friends. Relink trading with your friends. And all you gotta do now is let luck take its place. But be careful. Not all trainers are willing to give up their shiny Pokemon without a fight. And also, audience, sometimes you'll see other Pokemon with the Dynamax Pokemon that they need help fighting those Pokemon. See, we see Dynamax Pokemon with another trainer, then that Pokemon needs some help. Then that trainer needs your help. But don't worry. You can also help your friends with their shiny you can also help your Pokemon allies too. By helping your friend with their Dynamax Pokemon help. But you must be there because those Pokemon trainers only have 4 slots, and once all 4 slots are taken, before you even try to get there, then you won't be able to challenge it at all. Remember, audience, and since we got the Shining Charm and Catching Charm and Overcharm, we get to challenge it. We get to challenge any shiny Pokemon that needs help. But don't worry, we're not going to show you that. Because that would be classified. And also, audience, it's always good to challenge your Pokemon in order to deepen their bonds. For instance, now Cosmo went to level 22 from level 5. And remember, audience, when you do a link trade with your friends, you must give them Pokemon that you're willing to give away. But be careful, because not all trainers will give away their shiny Pokemon without fight, especially Japanese trainers. Now we see Japanese trainers. When we train with Japanese trainers, you must be careful because those Japanese trainers are very sneaky. And so maybe can you tell them why they're sneaky? And also, audience and Pokemon Legends CA. When I link trade with a Japanese trainer, that Japanese trainer, I did them dirty. But when they give me a shiny Venipede, I did them dirty for once. Yep, and that's when the Japanese trainer tried to give me back the Pokemon, I told him, nope, all set the final, no refunds. And it's very we tell the audience what does no refunds mean. Yep, and that's what a Japanese trainer. Serves you right. Yep, so the Japanese trainer. So serves you right. So don't even think about it. And look at that, we're challenging the Pokemon already. And the Pokemon trainer needs help. It's called Arctozolt. And it's not a shiny though. Or it could be a shiny. So it's only like a plus of 50-50. And here we go, challenge our first Dynamax Pokemon, which is the Arctozolt, which is the fossil. And look at that. It's a shiny. And since we got the shiny charm, we have the ability to catch it. But you must be careful and make sure the ball hits 3 times in order for it to be confirmed. Because if you don't get it don't ring 3 times, that means you lose that Pokemon. But don't worry. That's how we learn. Ooh, flamethrower, direct hit. Ooh, and in the yellow HP too. Nice one, Twitch. Ooh, Zoxy with the Behemoth Blade. Oh! Almost a knockout! That's gotta hurt. Aw, man, we avoided the attack. Max Rockfall. Look out, team! Ah! Cinderace, are you okay? Yeah, they attacked one of your trainer's rabbits. Ah! Not the rabbit again. Yeah. Yeah, not. Serves you right for using Rock Throw. What? You have just a couple more hits, or one more hit, and Arctozolt is finished. And that's a wrap. Arctozolt loses. We win. And now we gotta do now is try to claim that prize. But we gotta be careful. Let's see. What ball should we use? Let's see. Can the repeat ball do it? Let's see the repeat ball work. I can't look. That's 1, 2, 3, and we got it. We got Arctozolt. Cinderace. And that audience is what a shiny Artizolt looks like. We got it. We've got the Artizolt. Well done, team. Well done. And also, it tells you that we complete our task on our stamp, which is us, which is Shadow 109. Remember, audience, don't go overfilling your boxes with shiny Pokemon. Because if you think you caught too many shinies, you also release them too. And that audience is how you get your very first shiny Pokemon. That's online. So remember, audience, if you ever think you have trouble finding shiny Pokemon, just all you gotta do is just go online and late trade with your friends that's also online and hope you'll get lucky. Yep, and that's how and that, audience, is how the game works. And remember, audience, if you need to find any vintage Pokeballs, like for instance, like if you need to find like either a repeat ball or something like that, the key is to go to a certain place, which is the Hamlock Stadium, which is right here on your map. Then you go to the Hamlock Stadium, you're gonna fly there, and it'll take you right towards the Poke Center. You go inside there, and you talk to this guy right here. And there, they sell die bowls, repeat bowls, timer bowls, and all that. And also, audience, you can earn some special gifts too. You gotta go to the store side. You can talk to this guy right here. And look at that! We've got a Zygarde cube. Yep, with the Zygarde cube, Zygarde can switch into the 10 and 100 form too. And also, audience, the Pokemon called Jinx. Yeah, Jinx, it's a special Pokemon that came from the Kanto region too. But you only find it in the Let's Go game. You must travel to Seafoam Islands, which is a connection to Palantown, which is where Ash Ketchum was born from. And Cinnabar Island, where you fight Gym Challenger, Gym Leader number 7, which is Blaine, the leader of Fire types. And then you must solve the maze puzzle in order to run into bird number 1, which is my Articuno. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, EAQ. Welcome to the live stream on Pokemon Sword and Shield on the Nintendo Switch 2 edition. And also, audience, when you complete the Pokédex for part 1, You travel to here, which is set up, which is Sir Chester. You know where we fought with a person named Gordon, known as the leader of rock types. Rock types are very weak against ice types, water types, grass types, ground types, and fighting types. Any of those typings used against rock types will increase your chances of winning. But be careful using ice types because rock types can be super effective against ice as well. Now here, we see a guy with a detective that sells TMs. Like we got Mega Punch, Mega Kick, Thunder Fang, Ice Fang, Fire Fang, Psychic Terrain, Electric, Misty, Grass, Weather Ball, and so much more. And also, audience, when you find shiny Pokemons, when you find shiny Pokemon, sometimes you do get lucky, and sometimes you don't get lucky. For instance, in Pokemon Sword and Shield, in this game, in Pokemon Sword, before we got the shiny Charm, we caught our first shiny Pokemon in the wild, which is the Pokemon called Orbeetle. Which is kind of crazy, but we got it though. Elma Jones, you still with us? And Scrivens, can you tell the audience how I got lucky with the shiny Orbeetle? And also audience, in order to get your hands on this Pokemon called Victini, which is the mythical V Pokemon that's from the local region, you must find it in the ground tundra that's somewhere. But there is another way you can get one, and that's by late training with your friends and hope you get lucky. Now the shiny Victini cannot be found anywhere. Because Victini is shiny lock. When Pokemon does shiny lock, that means the shiny Pokemon cannot be found. And also we got some more vintage Pokeballs. Like we got Field Ball, Net Ball, and Nest Ball. Remember, when you see Pokemon Center, you'll see double people working at the Poke Center. Sometimes they sell vintage TMs as well. Like we saw before. And also, audience, be careful because the more trainers you fought, the harder they're going to be on you. See, there's LTMs here too. We got False Swipe, Ground, Light Screen, Reflect, Safeguard, Protect, and Helping Hand. Now this move to Protect is very useful for dodging incoming moves. Just be careful because sometimes most trainers can use tech against you too, which can be quite annoying. And also, audience, in this place called Turffield Stadium, now this is where you'll find a Pokemon called Pikachu and Eevee. Remember, audience, when you find Pokemon which is Pikachu and Eevee, you must travel here, which is Turffield Stadium, and you gotta do now is listen out for their cries. You have to listen out for their cries and track their cry sounds. And once you check out and once you find them find them where they're crying at, and that's how you'll find Pikachu and Eevee. And also, audience, we heard about Ballerina. That's where you have to fight a trainer called Miss Opal. Now Miss Opal, that's you gotta watch her because she try and trick you with her questions. And every time you get a question right, she be lowering your attacks down because you don't want to increase your chances for us to win. So if I were you, I'll watch your step against Miss Opal. And once you defeat Miss Opal, she'll reward you, and then she'll know the new trainer. And this trainer right here, this guy right here, he sells bitches Pokeballs too. Luxury, quick, and repeat ball. Which you're gonna need a lot of them. Yeah, they're $1,000. They're $1,000 each. So remember, if you think you're running low on pocket money, be sure. Don't hesitate just to sell items. Because if you hesitate to sell items, then there you go. There you go, regret your own self. And here we challenge another here we're going to challenge another Pokemon that's online with us, which is the Grandilly, which is a rock grass type. Now fire types can do damage. Just be careful when using fire types. Because it's part rock. And also if you're using water types, watch yourself because it's part grass. Okay, now we're gonna use our signature Pokemon. That's from my favorite Eevee evolution called Vaporeon. Okay, Vaporeon. Let's see what you can do for player one. And there it is, Crandelete, which is also a shiny. How do you know it's a shiny? You'll see this. You'll see the twinkling stars around your Pokemon, around the Pokemon. Just like when you summon a Pokemon, you'll also see the twinkling stars or squares around its body. Ready? Let's do this. Vaporeon. Skull. Okay, whatever we do, watch incoming moves. Ooh, power up punch. That's a good one, Aura. Sludge bomb. Okay, that's like a somewhat effective. But that's a good one though. Okay, Japanese train with the behemoth blade with the Zacian. Let's see how much damage it's going to do. Yow! She did tons of damage. And us, we used skull. We did some damage. Uh-oh. Next, guys, look out! Ooh! Right on Zacian's face. But hey, at least we boost up our typing. Yow! Giga Drain! Vaporeon, are you okay? Okay, okay, also, I you think you're in the bind, you can also Dynamax your Pokemon too, which you're going to do now. And also, audience, you Dynamax your Pokemon, you're going to use one Pokemon to Dynamax per battle. And you can also use three moves only. So once your 3 moves are up, that's when your Pokemon can no longer Dynamax. Ready not? Here it comes. Yep, Shiny Vaporeon in the fray. Ooh, more of the power plant. Keep going, Zacian. Really? Flamethrower? Okay, I say it's like a somewhat because it's part of grass, but it's part rock. Alright, Zacian, Behemoth Blade. Finish it off. And it's defeated. Right before we ready to start making a move, but it's okay. Okay, quick. Okay, repeat ball. Let's see, can you use it? Remember, once it passes all three rocks, once it rocks all 3 times, that means you'll catch it. Just be careful. 2, 3, and you got it. And that's how you catch a shiny Pokemon by using Quick Ball with people. Just be careful. Because sometimes trainers will lock their ratings. That means they don't want you to challenge them. Like this trainer right here, Masa. With the shiny not a shiny Delibird, a regular Delibird. But since it's locked, that means you can't access to it. You see our purple flag at part 3. That's your one move that you must do with your trainer. But please be careful because those legendary Pokemons, they ain't willing to surrender without fight. So we balance Pokemon, battle them, weaken them, and then throw. we found Jinx. Remember, remember, Jinx can only be ladies. Remember, Jinx can only be females. There are no male versions of Jinx. Here's his regions. Jinx can only be females. There, so if you try to find a male Jinx, then you're wasting your own time. Oh, look at that. Taskbar grew up to level 24. And also, audience, when your Pokemon faints, you can't revive them back up. Just use a revival, or max revival, or something like that. Okay, I see. Okay, I see you calling Holucha. Questions, baby. Is that Holucha shiny or not? Here I said. Question: Is that Holucha shiny or not? Is that what? Yeah, I'm trying. Yeah, I'm trying. Ah! And it already weakened it. Not if I can help it. Don't you dare do that to me again. Ha! Don't you dare do that to me again. Surrender, Jinx, because you already know you're weak. Yeah, audience, like I said, part 3 is nothing to laugh about. Yeah, those Pokemon are definitely consistent. Oh, come on, James. All right, if it hits one, that's one going to kill it. Because you're not, yeah, because you're not taking my Inteleon down like that. There you go. Now we got James. Woo! Good job, Tillian. I knew you could survive it. There you go, Tillian. I knew you could survive it. Yeah. See, that's what happens when Pokemon become persistent. Like they don't listen to you. Wait, your James. Wait, your Jason's being persistent too. Yeah, because I already weakened mine. So don't overdo it. Yeah, but like my archipel finally stopped it. Because once it hits one, then that's what I'm gonna start killing. They, they, yep. Like there you go, Tillian. I knew I trust you. And also, audience, you can get the alone starters too. But you only get one alone starter. The alone starter you can get from it's a starter that you pick from the very first beginning of the story. For instance, if you choose, my Inteleon, you get a Popula. If you choose this Rapid, you'll get a Cineroar. If you choose Rillaboom, then you get Decidueye. And here we're challenging another Pokemon that needs our help. Ooh, training with the Mimikyu. Ooh, and the Japanese training with the Radioelectric. Right, team? Let's take down that Pokemon. Ready, audience? Here you go. Armado. Ooh, electrical cage. Ooh, Brick Break. Good one. He's almost there. Watch his moves. Ooh, got hit the Italian. Not Italian. Hit the Eternatus. That's gotta hurt. Ooh, hit him with the rock blast. 2, 3, 4. Now that's got a sting. Alright, time to get serious. We're acquiring that poor Pokemon. And there you have it. Our motto has been defeated.
There you go. One of the fossils.
And remember, audience, we ain't handling Pokemons. You, you, you got you gotta trust your Pokeball, Great Ball, or Ultra Ball like that, and maybe then you might have a chance of catching it. And there you have it, audience.
Yeah. Look down.
Our motto. So remember, audience, when you deal with the legendary giants, that's where you gotta be careful. Because 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 those Reggies, they're they're not willing to surrender without a fight. And sometimes we doing Ultra Balls. Sometimes you gotta do it more than one time. Like it may take about 16 to 17 tries to catch it. But don't worry. That's how you learn. For instance, it took us 16 tries to catch the Zygar. But after those last 16 tries, we managed to catch it by luck. And remember, when you're doing legendary Pokemon in Dynamax Caves, their level's gonna be at level 70. But there's only one legendary Pokemon in Part 3 that could be past level 70, which is Calyrex. Calyrex is at level 80. So watch it. Yep, just don't go overdoing your money though. Yeah, because if you overdo your money, then you'll be out of luck. And remember, audience, we're doing wild Pokemon battles. Remember, battle, weaken them, then throw. Do so, you do so, and you'll be okay. Okay, now, 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 onto the first, now onto the first clue, a part of clue number 2. Find, find, finding the first 3 Reggies: Reggie Rock, Reggie Steel, and Reggie Ice. Okay, those 3 are those are the first 3. That's from the Unova. So we gotta be very, very careful because one wrong move and it's over for you. Okay, so to find the Reggie Rock, we gotta travel to the giant's bed, and you head all the way down, follow the river to the other side, take a quick turn right here, and another quick turn, and the Reggie Rock is right here. Remember, and also audience, if you think you're having trouble, when you wake in Pokemon, if you think you're still having more trouble, just use one of the stats conditions to put. Just use one of the stats conditions to increase your chances. Like for instance, use any move that paralysis your opponent, or use any move to put your opponent to sleep, or any ice type moves can freeze it. And that will increase your chances of catching it. Okay, let's see what this first door says. Let let the first Pokemon hold never change stone. Never change stone. Okay, never change stone. I remember correctly, the stone you want to solve this mystery is called an Everstone. You want your Pokemon holds the Everstone? There, you solved the first riddle. That means Reggie Rock is ready for us to open. Okay, but be careful. Be careful when you're handling the Reggies because they are persistent enough. Okay, here it is. The Rock Peak. Save the game. Oh yes, you gotta step on the panels to open the door. Just like that. Save the game. So be careful, and also believe in your team. You'll be able to catch the Pokemon. You ready, team? Here we go. Sorry. Oh, it's Reggie Rock. Okay. Okay, remember, you must battle to weaken to throw it. Okay. We want to keep a safe distance. Psych it. Yes. Don't you dare hit me with those stones. Hypnosis. Perfect. Put it to sleep. So so it won't take any more damage. Okay, just a little bit more. Perfect. Perfect. It's weak. As long as it stays asleep. Now that's where you throw. Now that's where you chime in with your Pokeball, Great Ball, Ultra Ball, something like that. And that's how you chime in. We got it, and we caught our first Reggie, Reggie Rock. Well done, Gardevoir. Well done. And we caught our first Reggie, Reggie Rock. Reggie Rock, Rock Peak Pokemon, Rock type. Every bit of Reggie Rock's body is made of stone. As parts of its enrolled, this Pokemon sticks rocks itself to repair what's been lost. Yikes! Oi, it's me, Puny. You looking out for yourself? Looking out for yourself out there? Come again? You met the giant Reggie Rock? That's right. Ha ha! Smash and drop, Chief. Now, time to keep looking into the other giant. Keep up the good work. I'll do my best, Puny. We did it, Gardevoir. We did it. Our first Reggie Pokemon confirmed. Elma Jones, you hear what I said? Okay, so now we gotta find the other Reggies. Hmm. Hmm. Okay. Over here we see the slope. You alright? Okay, audience, and that's the end of my video. Right now, I'm gonna go to hit 250 subscribers. I know it's a hard. All right, all right, audience. That's the end of the video. Right now, if I go to hit 250 subscribers, I know it's a hard task to make, but I'm trying to make those goals happen. So, if you like the video, please hit the subscribe down below. And Mario Masters 150 for more content. Be sure to leave a like down below. Be sure to get a comment as well. I do appreciate that. And also, make sure to hit the bell as well. I also appreciate that too. And also, audience, be sure to be sure to check on your Switch too, because Splatoon Raiders is launching onto Switch 2 on Switch 2 on July 23rd, 2026, and also Nintendo Switch Sports Resort is launching onto Switch 2 on October 22nd, 2026. This is Devon Law speaking, aka Player One speaking. We're signing off. We'll see you next time on our next Pokemon game adventure. And adios, amigos.